Today on CCX News, a break in a Robbinsdale murder case. A man was found shot in a crashed vehicle, where the investigation now stands and what comes next. Two teens are now in police custody after a man was shot and killed in Robbinsdale. The shooting happened near 33rd and Indiana Avenues last December. Robbinsdale police found 22-year-old Trayvon Mollett of Hastings in a crashed vehicle with a gunshot wound. In a press conference, police said the motive may have been robbery. Drugs may also have been a factor. On Wednesday, one 17-year-old suspect was arrested for the shooting in North Dakota. A 16-year-old suspect was also arrested in Coon Rapids. Police say there may be more arrests on the way.
Whereas this case has resulted in the arrest of two suspects, this case is far from over. Investigators continue to work on several aspects of this case.
Police say security camera footage from residents and businesses helped track the suspects. A man who dragged a Maple Grove police officer with his car has been sentenced to more than 3 years in prison. The incident occurred during a traffic stop in 2023. Maple Grove officers pulled 41-year-old Daniel Rudolph over to conduct a sobriety test. Dashcam video shows him jump back in the car and drag Officer Brandon Gross about 40 yards. As part of a plea deal, Rudolph admitted to second-degree assault in Hennepin County Court. He was originally charged with obstructing the legal process, fleeing police, and illegal gun possession. Those charges were dismissed when he pleaded guilty to assault. A company with German roots is eyeing Plymouth for its first U.S. facility. Alter Technology specializes in testing for the semiconductor industry. It's seeking state job funds to create a state-of-the-art testing hub that would create jobs here in the northwest suburbs. Locations in California, Texas, and Arizona are also in the running. If Plymouth is chosen, the company is expected to create around 16 new high-paying jobs over the next 3 years. Meanwhile, planning and design work continue to move forward on the boulevard. That's the project redeveloping the 75-acre former Prudential campus site in Plymouth. These photos show a key piece of that project, a Coborn's grocery store that will fill more than 6 acres of the development. The Coborn store plans also include a wine and spirit shop in an area for vehicle fuel sales. Apartments, restaurants, and a city park are part of the larger plans for the site. This weekend, you can enjoy a special art exhibit honoring 50 years of Hmong culture in Minnesota. What's more, a 103-year-old Brooklyn Park grandmother is at the center of it. Today in Newsmakers, Shannon Slatton sat down to talk with organizers from MN Jeja to learn more.
So this year commemorates the 50th year that the Hmong people, or the Southeast Asian people, have been in the United States. And so this year expect a lot of different cool things coming from MZZ and from the Hmong community in general. So this weekend's event will be our first in the many celebrations that we'll have this year.
One of the big projects has been photographing families and elders. Can you tell us how that got started?
Absolutely. So in 2023, one of our colleagues approached Dr. Jenna and I and said, hey, I have this friend who does portraits and look at this. And so it was of an elderly Hmong woman, and I saw it. I'm like, wow, we gotta talk to this person. And so we did talk to Richard, and he told us about his vision and what he could do and would like to do. And so we said, let's go for it. Why not? Let's write the next grant, and the rest is history.
And that's where you got involved, Richard. You started taking photos. What did you learn in this experience?
Oh my gosh, I learned an amount of how important it is to preserve the stories of these elders, and especially during this time when these stories are super coming to the surface, the more prevalent at the 50th anniversary. So being able to capture these ladies in all their strength and their power, and being able to have them be seen in that way is an incredibly important thing, I think, for the community and for all Minnesotans. I mean, these are uniquely Minnesotan stories, and important for all of us to see and appreciate.
All right, so once you guys identified these elders, you would invite them to your studio and then have them talk about their story, photograph them at the same time. How did it all come together?
Yeah, originally we were attempting to do both at the same time, to be able to photograph and do the stories, but as depending on how the grants came out, we just were doing the photography part, but then we realized how important that these other stories were, so we just had to do it. I mean, it's added such an incredible second layer to this project that we're continually working through and improving as we go. But it's just added just another level to the appreciation of the community and showing the love of that these families have for their elders and telling their stories.
Exhibit opens in January. Can you quickly tell us where folks can see it?
It's at Vandalia Tower. It'll be starting this weekend, that's January 25th, from noon to 9 o'clock. We have a small presentation at 2 o'clock, 4 o'clock, and 7 o'clock. And then also February 1st and February 8th from noon to 6.
And finally, Peng Yang, tell us, this is just the beginning of many events over this year. Tell us where folks can find more information on what's going to be happening.
Definitely. They can find us on our website at mnjjaw.org or on Facebook. And so we have all of our events posted in both places.
All right, it'll be a big year. A lot of work went into this year. We wish you guys the best of luck. Peng Yang, Richard Schultz, thanks for stopping by.
Yeah, thank you.
We'll have more details on the 50-year celebration on our website, ccxmedia.org.
Ever since July, the Maple Grove boys hockey team has been waiting to play on one of the state of hockey's most cherished days, Hockey Day, Minnesota. This morning, the Crimson got a taste of the festivities in Shakopee, skating on the ice for the first time in what they hope will be a memorable weekend. Chaz Moots has more.
The scene,
That's it. Good job, boys.
set.
Movement. Nice movement.
The air, cold.
Feet are always moving.
Excitement so high. Good luck getting sleep tonight.
I don't know, it might be a little tough. Might have to take some like NyQuil or something, try to get to bed on time.
Zach Price and the Crimson are trying to focus on their game against Shakopee tomorrow afternoon. But head coach Todd Berglund
Good. Puck.
knows what comes with playing on a stage like Hockey Day, Minnesota.
It was hard to keep the boys a little bit focused. We had a game last night against Elk River, and their minds are obviously thinking about playing outdoor hockey. Good shot. Good shot.
When it comes to prepping for outdoor hockey, the only thing that changes for the Crimson is the clothes.
I told the boys we don't do anything differently. You know, you may put your long johns on, maybe wear a face mask, but it's all the same.
For many Maple Grove players, pond hockey was their first hockey, making Hockey Day, Minnesota a full circle feeling.
When I was younger, yeah, a lot, like going outside, playing with my buddies. I just like to mess around, have fun.
The beautiful thing about pond hockey is you hear the edges of the skates, you hear the stick, and everything is just exacerbated that much more, and it's just a special thing, and it's a special thing that we have in Minnesota.
In Shakopee, Chaz Moots, CCX Sports.
The Armstrong Cooper boys hockey team has lost 4 straight Northwest Suburban Conference games. They stepped out of the league Thursday looking to get back into the win column.
The Wings skating on home ice, taking on the Blake Bears of the IMAC Conference. First period, the first wing shot from out top is saved, but Dawson Franke is there to knock home the rebound. It's 1-0 Armstrong Cooper after 1. A wild second period of scoring. A shot from the point, that's another rebound goal for the Wings. Brady Northrup scores, 2-0 AC just 21 seconds into the period. Blake comes back. The Wings can't clear the zone here. Landon Bell picks off the pass and scores. That one ties the game at 2. Less than 2 minutes later, the Bears on the power play. Number 14, Joe Erickson scores on his own rebound. Blake leads 3-2. They go up 4-2 11 seconds later. But the Wings counter with 2 goals of their own before the end of the period. Mac Murphy nets a power play goal on the tip-in. Northrup and Luke Wiesjohn on the assists. It's 4-4 through 2. Trailing 5-4 in the third, Wiesjohn ties it for AC with his one-timer from the circle. Lewis McCozak with a helper, and it's a 5-5 game. The Bears score the game winner a minute later. Charlie Moore alone in front scores it for Blake on the pass from Grant Matushak. Blake skates to a 6-5 win over Armstrong Cooper.
Next week marks the end of the regular season in girls hockey. Two teams that will skate in the Section 6AA playoffs met up as Hopkins Park visited Wayzata. Jay Wilcox has the highlights.
Hopkins Park set to face Wayzata in girls hockey at Plymouth Ice Center. After a face-off, the Trojans get the shot on net, and Ava Moldy is there to put the rebound in for a 1-0 Wayzata lead. Later in the first, the long pass brings Morgan Kennedy for a breakaway, and she gets the bouncing puck to settle enough to score. Brad Podiak's Trojans lead 2-0 after one period. Second period, Julia Ostapek to Noelle Noble. Ostapek buries the rebound just as a power play ends to make it 3-0 Wayzata. Hopkins Park freshman Hazel Schenkelberg snipes it under the crossbar for her 25th goal of the season as the Royals get on the board. Moldy sets up Ostapek, who snaps it home from the circle for a power play goal, and Wayzata leads the Royals 4-1 after two. They trade goals in the third as Ostapek scores through a screen to get the hat trick. Wayzata beats Hopkins Park 5-2. Jay Wilcox, CCX Sports.